Welcome to our channel. Enjoy the video.
Every year, millions of Indian students chase a single dream. They sacrifice sleep, family time, and years of their lives, believing that one examination can change their future. But in 2026, that belief was shaken. Allegations of major examination irregularities and paper leaks spread across the country. As reports surfaced, thousands of students began asking the same question. If the system isn't fair, what exactly are we competing for? The outrage quickly spread beyond classrooms. Students, parents, teachers, and coaching institutes demanded answers. Social media exploded with videos, hashtags, and emotional stories from candidates who felt their hard work had been betrayed. Soon, what began as anger became a nationwide movement. The Campaign for Justice and Progress, better known as CJP, emerged as one of the most visible voices calling for accountability. Protesters demanded a transparent investigation, stronger safeguards against paper leaks, reforms to the examination system, and political responsibility for the crisis. As pressure mounted, thousands gathered at Jantar Mantar in New Delhi, carrying the Indian flag, handwritten placards, and one common message: students deserve justice. The demonstrations remained peaceful, but they grew larger with each passing day. News cameras arrived. Politicians reacted. The entire nation watched as students refused to back down. Among the demands was the resignation of Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan, whom protesters held politically accountable for the controversy. No one knew how the government would respond. But one thing had become clear. This was no longer just about an examination. It had become a battle over trust, accountability, and the future of millions of young Indians. As the crowds at Jantar Mantar continued to grow, a well-known activist was about to join the movement, and his decision would change everything. As days passed, the protest at Jantar Mantar grew into one of the largest student movements India had witnessed in recent years. Students from different states, backgrounds, and competitive exams stood together with a single demand: justice. Their demands were clear. A transparent investigation into the examination controversy. Strict punishment for those responsible for paper leaks. Major reforms to India's examination system. Accountability from the government. The resignation of Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan. The movement gained momentum across the country. Universities, coaching centers, and student organizations voiced support. Social media amplified the protesters' message, with millions following every development. Then came a moment that changed the course of the movement. Environmentalist and education reform advocate Sonam Wangchuk arrived at Jantar Mantar in solidarity with the students. Before joining the protest, he paid tribute to Mahatma Gandhi at Rajghat, saying the movement would remain peaceful and inspired by Gandhian principles. Soon after, Wangchuk began an indefinite hunger strike, declaring that he would continue until meaningful action was taken. His decision transformed the protest into a national conversation. Television channels broadcast live updates. Public figures, educators, and citizens expressed support. Pressure on the government intensified with every passing day. What had started as a student protest was now becoming a test of the government's willingness to listen. Behind closed doors, officials began discussing possible solutions. But outside, thousands of students waited for one answer. Would the government finally respond, or would the movement become even bigger? As negotiations continued and public pressure reached its peak, a dramatic political decision was about to shake the nation. For weeks, India watched as students refused to leave the streets. The hunger strike continued. The protests grew larger. And the pressure on the government reached a level that could no longer be ignored. Inside government offices, emergency meetings were held. Officials discussed the growing public anger, while student leaders made one thing clear. We will not end this movement until real action is taken. Then, on July 25, 2026, the turning point arrived. Breaking news flashed across television screens. Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan resigned. Within minutes, celebrations erupted at Jantar Mantar. Students hugged one another, waved the Indian tricolour, and chanted slogans of victory. Many broke down in tears, believing their voices had finally been heard. But the resignation was only the beginning. The government announced that it would accept several major demands raised during the movement. A comprehensive overhaul of the examination system was promised, stronger safeguards against paper leaks were announced, and a high-level committee was formed to recommend long-term reforms. Student leaders welcomed the announcements but remained cautious. They said the movement was never about one individual. It was about restoring trust in a system that millions of young Indians depend on every year. As celebrations continued across the protest site, one question remained unanswered. Would these promises become real reforms, or would they remain only words? The protest was ending, but the fight to rebuild India's education system had only just begun. After weeks of protests, sleepless nights, and an indefinite hunger strike, the movement reached its conclusion. Student leaders announced that the protest at Jantar Mantar would end, saying their voices had finally been heard. For many, it was a historic moment. The resignation of Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan had become a symbol of political accountability, while the government's announcement of major examination reforms gave millions of students renewed hope. The government promised a comprehensive overhaul of the examination system, stronger anti-paper leak measures, faster investigations into exam-related crimes, and a transparent framework aimed at restoring trust. Across the country, students celebrated. But amid the celebrations, movement leaders delivered an important message. Our protest may be over, but our responsibility is not. They vowed to monitor every promise made by the government and ensure that the reforms were implemented, not just announced. The 2026 student movement became one of the most significant youth-led campaigns in modern India. It reminded the nation that peaceful protest, unity, and persistence can influence public policy and demand accountability from those in power. Yet the biggest challenge still lies ahead. Can India's examination system truly become transparent and secure? Will future generations never have to fear paper leaks again? Only time will answer those questions. Until then, the story of Jantar Mantar will be remembered as the day ordinary students proved that united voices can shape the future of a nation. History is not written only by governments, sometimes, it is written by students who refuse to give up.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss our next video. See you in the next one.